All right, folks. You see what this is? Let's go ahead and get started.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
What's good, everyone? It's your boy Jakari from Twisted Nightmare Gaming and Ellen in the Lunar Nightmare Network, and I'm back at you with another deck profile. You see the Bystial sitting on the top. You see Alba over there in the extra deck. I'm not going to waste any time. We're going to hit straight into this deck. This is my take on Bystial control. So, one Baldrake, 2 Druid Worm, 2 Magnamuts, 1 Sarnier, and 3 Lubellion. And then it's paired up with 3 Seyfert, Black Metal, Red MD, Levy, Black and White. I also found a way to fit in to Assault Syncron. This deck is gonna be more than 40. Sorry to the ones who get pissed off because I play more than 40. It is what it is. If you don't know what Bystial control really does, it's literally just controlling the field. It's a heavy synchro focus deck. If I don't want to go into my extra deck, I don't have to, but it's highly preferred that you do. Hence the reason why you're running, a fair amount of tuners. Not really a fair amount. I'd be lying if I said it's a fair amount of tuners. You're really only running 2 tuners in here that aren't hand trapped. So, but you'll get the gist of it in just a minute. I do run a slight family of Albazes, 1 Ashen, 1 Albion the Shrouded Dragon, 1 Fallen, and two more fake Albaz, 2 Bystial Lubri. So I lied because the Bystial Lubers are also tuners. So before hitting hand traps, 4 tuners. But you should probably figure that I'm running a 2 to the Branded in here, and probably figure a Chaos Angels in here too. So, yeah. Onto the spells. 2 Chaos Base, 1 Ravine, 2 Duality, 1 Shadow's Light, Regained, Branded Beast, Retribution, and Etude. Well, if you saw you should have figured that if I was running Albion, I was running something that works with Albion. So there's the Retribution, which, in all truth, if I were to take anything else out and put this up to 2, I could. It actually would work wonders. I've already tested it. It works a lot and very, very often. And then all that's left is hand traps. Hand traps, and more hand traps. I run 11 hand traps in this deck. This deck is actually 45 cards. Yeah, 45. 3 Ash. Show big ass forehead and shot. 3 Bell. 2 Ogre. Yeah, the black spot right here is tripping me out, so it makes it look like I'm off camera, but I ain't. And then 3 Emperor. It's a control deck that also does a lot of comboing, which is really the gist of it being a mid-range deck. It's not a very cheap mid-range deck, but it's still a mid-range deck. I mean, you can make this deck extremely cheap. You can buy the Seyfrieds in common. Unfortunately, you're stuck with the Lubellians at the price that they are until the Mega 10s, if they get reprinted in the 10s. You could get a common Black Metal Dragon. You can get a common Darkness Metal. You can get a common Black Metal Dragon too. I believe Levy comes in common too. It comes in as high as ulti and as low as common. The black and whites come in common. Unfortunately, the Salt Syncrons are cheap. They're like $3. Ash and Albion comes in common. Albaz comes in common. Bystial Lubler only has the one printing right now. Chaos Space isn't all that expensive. Ravine isn't expensive. Dualities are like $4 or $5, $3 to $5. Shadows Light's like $1 or $2, and then the rest of the branded stuff is kind of cheap. The hand traps can vary anywhere from $3-4 up to $40-50, depending on which rarity you want to get. If you want to get the OG Ashes, you're looking at probably about $20 to $40, 20 to 30 for near mint unlims, and then maybe 40-ish a copy for the first edge. Ghost Bell, if you go flawed, floods are actually fairly cheap. They're like $10-12, I believe. I don't remember. I haven't checked prices in a while, but that's it for the main. To the extra deck, I run a very, very small fusion suite. I can't go into them, but these two are duality targets. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's exactly what these are. These are duality targets. The only one I actually summon, like hard summon, is Mirror J. So, moving on, I have 1 access code, 1 Soldier of Chaos, 1 Romulus, 2 Spheres, 1 IP, and 1 Striker Dragon. Notice, I did take this, a good portion of how this deck was built off of, I can't remember his name. When I go back and look at his video again, but it was from YCS Philly. There's a dude who's playing Bystial Control at YCS Philly. The whole purpose of this is to kind of basically make them think I'm playing Dragon Link if I go into the Striker Dragon, but realistically I don't have Boot Sector in here. I don't run any extra rockets. So, and then finally the Synchros, 1 Barone, 1 Savage, 2 Dissipator, and 1 Chaos Angel. Now, I have multiple. Realistically, I can switch this out for a second one. Any one of these can be 2. Any one of these 3 can be two copies. Realistically, if I wanted to, I could make a second copy. I can put in a second copy of this and take out Bystial, Dissipator, but I happen to really like Dissipator. That's the reason why I'm running 2. But folks, that's it for the deck profile. I don't actually have a side deck for this deck. I don't particularly intend to side for this deck. It's kind of funny because if I did side, I'd probably play a couple of, like, I'd probably play Cartesi or Gwym just to be funny. But it's not needed. The intended purpose is to basically just stop your opponent from doing shit. But folks, this has been your boy Jakari from Twisted Nightmare Gaming, signing off. I may actually continue doing profiles with this mat because people know this big ass head stuck on, slapped onto Solemn Judgment with the grayscale. So I might run this one back with more profiles when I'm at home. But when I'm out, of course, it'll either be the blue version of this logo mat, or it'll be the logo with Twisty. That is the official name. Shout outs to Chris Campbell. He actually named him Twisty, so I'm running with it. I will catch you guys on the next one. I'm out.